Hola familia. Today I want to talk about iron. It is a highly spoken about nutrient. You go to a doctor, they pretty much tell you you're iron deficient. Most naturopaths will tell you that you're iron deficient and will try and sell you an iron supplement. And a lot of women think they are. And if you are a woman that is told you're iron deficient and you take iron supplements and you get iron infusions, if you are a woman that you're just not sure, if you're a woman that's been taking all of these supplements and you are still experiencing the side effects, then this is for you. If you know somebody that experiences iron deficiency, then please share this with them. I'm not a doctor. This in no way, shape, or form is to prescribe or suggest or tell you what to do in order to heal your body. This is just an informative video sharing my journey and also the research I found, and also to inform you more about how your body functions, to give you more educated choices, to really support you in making better choices for your body. So I've always been told I was iron deficient. As soon as I started menstruating, I've been put on iron supplements. I have always been told to focus on iron and to really focus on the intake of that because it's absolutely essential. And it wasn't until I became pregnant the second time with my second child, and also at the same time was studying my Bachelor of Health Science, that I really started to dig into why was I constantly being told I was iron deficient? Why? Treating it with a supplement is not treating or recognizing, acknowledging, fixing the root cause. So I really went down a path of learning more about how iron functions in our body, iron metabolism. And this led me through my beautiful friend Kitty Blomfield. I share her stuff on my Instagram all the time. And a really great friend of hers, Emma Skarakis, who is the nutrition coach, and I've worked with her personally myself. They led me to the work of Ray Peat. And that then also led me onto the work of Morley Robbins. If you haven't heard of these two men, I highly recommend you look into them. I have studied their work religiously and so far and in depth for quite some time now that it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense why I was always iron deficient, why I was always struggling, why my immune system wasn't quite optimum, even though I lived a seemingly very healthy lifestyle, why I was getting early onset of grey hairs, even though I was young. So let me explain to you what I've discovered. When you look at iron and the way that it is metabolized in our body, when you look at iron, the heavy metal itself, you realize how abundant it is on planet Earth. It is everywhere. It is in our soil, it is in our rocks, it's in our salt, it's in our food. It is so easily absorbed in our bodies, and we only need the most minute amount of iron. So then why are so many people deficient? In iron, when iron is in the body, in the blood, the body knows. It is so innately smart. It knows that iron feeds pathogens, so it will store it out of the blood and in your muscles and organs and tissues. And it'll keep it there until your body needs it, and then it brings it out and into your blood. This is just really basic terms, by the way. And then iron can do its job. The problem is for any of these systemic reactions, actions, things that need to happen in the body, they require nutrients or enzymes or coenzymes. One of the nutrients required in order to get iron out of your muscle and into your blood is the bioavailable form of copper, and that is called ceruloplasmin. And for copper to become bioavailable, it needs an enzyme called tyronase. Most humans, if not all, are actually lacking copper. They're lacking the bioavailable form of it. So if your body doesn't have copper, it can't get iron out of your muscle and into your blood. So of course, your blood serum levels of iron are going to be low. You are going to have side effects and symptoms of low iron deficiency. Pale conjunctiva, pale skin, exhaustion, tired, fatigue, foggy brain, shortness of breath, restless legs, all of these things that they tell you. Of course you're going to have all of those because the iron's stuck in your muscles. This is pretty much most people. And if I'm triggering something inside of you, all I'm asking you is to just take this as an invitation to learn more about your body. And it's not going to hurt you, not by any means, to include foods into your diet that are high in copper. And you just never know. You might end up not iron deficient, iron efficient, or iron regulated. So iron needs to be mobilized. When it's immobilized and stuck in your organs, it will actually oxidize. And when it oxidizes, it becomes free radicals, and this is where it becomes toxic. It will cause all kinds of issues. There's studies that show that oxidized iron in a female is stored in her pelvic cavity. Hence, there is so much connection with iron overload or iron dysfunction and endometriosis, or iron dysfunction and women's health issues, hormone issues, painful periods, bloating, skin issues, hair issues. Also, when iron is needed to be put into the muscles or taken back out, it actually uses so many other nutrients. One being magnesium. Magnesium is needed in over something like 3,000 different activities in our body. Yet so many people are lacking it. Do you ever see doctors prescribing that or telling you to focus on that? Do you ever see doctors or practitioners really focusing on copper-rich foods? I'm not talking about supplements and different things to consume. I'm talking about actual food. And I know a lot of our foods are lacking the minerals, but there is options you can go for. So if you're someone that experiences some type of iron dysfunction, iron overload, iron deficiency, I would like to invite into your world perhaps looking at some foods that are higher in copper. Oysters, organ meats like liver, desiccated liver capsules, desiccated oyster capsules. I'm going to put in the comments a couple of companies that I know have these products, and they are ethically sourced and they are of great quality. And that's important too. Add in orange juice, pulp-free quality orange juice. It has high amounts of the enzyme tyranase, which is needed to get copper into its bioavailable form of ceruloplasm. Eat nice amounts of bee pollen, just a teaspoon each day on your yogurt. It's high in copper. Steer away from your nuts and your seeds that are apparently high in copper. They are really high in polyunsaturated fatty acids. Now, there's two nutrients that are the main culprits to a lot of disease, and that is iron and polyunsaturated fatty acids. So we'll talk about PUFAs another day, but a lot of nuts and seeds will be said they're high in copper, but steer away from those, especially if you are wanting to heal your body and going through a healing journey. Focus on foods that don't have your PUFA in them. So your bee pollen, your oysters, your liver, your oyster capsules, orange juice, just to name a few. There's just a few great little additives that you can add in. And after a few weeks or so, let's see how you feel. Back to my own personal journey. I don't know if I said back when I was pregnant with my second child, I didn't take any iron supplements. I didn't take any after I had my baby. I focused on eating foods that support my metabolism, my physiology. I focused on foods high in copper, so all of the ones that I've just mentioned. And let me tell you, I have never felt better. Not one side effect or symptom of supposedly low iron. I don't have dark rings under my eyes like I did. In fact, the other day I was looking in the mirror and I thought to myself, so I'm 37, and since I was about 16, I've been going grey. And I looked in the mirror the other day and thought to myself that there was less grey hairs, and I thought it was just in my mind. And my beloved came to me a few days after and he commented that he thought that I had less grey hairs. And so we delved into a little bit more, and I truly believe that my greys are disappearing, and early onset of greying is linked to copper. And so I've been on this way of supporting my body, my metabolism, my physiology for a little while now, and I'm noticing some of the most incredible results. And now it isn't a label, it isn't don't eat this, do eat that type thing. It's actually what supports my physiology, what supports my metabolism, what supports the bodily functions, and eat those. What causes dysfunction, what causes toxicity, eat less of those. Don't tip the balance scale too much one way or the other. So, I hope this has been helpful. If you would like me to speak more about iron, about how to decipher your blood tests, because there's some people that speak about it, and there's some studies that I've read where they talk about how to read your blood test to tell if you actually are iron deficient or not. I can talk into that, or I can find somebody who's a professional and I can talk to him or her about that and share with you. If you'd like for me to talk more about the foods and supplements that I suggest to take to help in supporting iron metabolism and copper metabolism, then I can do so. Please let me know if you have questions or how this lands, and also check out my Instagram posts. I've shared so many posts on the different topics of iron dysregulation and also the different diseases that can come about. I hope this has been helpful. And also, coming up in the coming weeks, I am releasing a beautiful 4-week container where I'm working with a very limited group of women in guiding them to nourish their body, understand their body, decode their human form, and really tap into making choices that are going to support you and to help with things like bloating, foggy brain, skin issues, hair issues, nail issues, painful periods, pooping problems, sex drive problems, early onset of aging, sleeping problems, moodiness, you name it. We're going to be really decoding that and looking at it and supporting you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And then you watch that permeate your entire essence, and it will flow over into all areas of your life, because your health is the foundation to everything you do. Your vessel is a communicator. If it is not operating optimally, if you have dysfunction, if you have dysregulation in your vessel, you are not optimizing your human experience. So good. So if you want more information, please reach out and message me. Otherwise, I hope this has been so helpful to you, and it would be my absolute pleasure to bring more information to you about iron overload, polyunsaturated fatty acids, and eating and living and nourishing in a way that's going to support your physiology, that's going to support your vitality, that's going to support your health, that's going to make you feel and look radiant. Thank you for watching, and please, if you like this, hit like, hit subscribe. It would be, I would thank you so very much.